For ACUsports.com, I'm Grant Boone here with associate men's basketball coach Brette Tanner after a 71-54 win over Nicholls. Coach, 2-0 in the conference sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's great, man. Compared to where we were at a year ago, we feel pretty good right now. We've played two good basketball teams, and it's going to get only tougher from this point on, though.
Let's talk about this game. You lead 31-28 at halftime. I thought Nicholls played really well, especially early in the game. They posted up your guards, some of the matchups that favored them, and then you guys made a switch. And for the final 11-20 of the first half, you didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah, we did a good job. Good job. That's one of our keys for the game, was take care of the basketball. And then defensively, what you were referring to in terms of them posting up our smaller guards, one of the things we talked about with our guys was possibly playing off of somebody, and changing the way we play. And so give Coach credit. It takes a lot of guts to be able to make a decision like that. And
middle of a game.
Middle of the game. And Coach went to it, and it worked out really well for us. And it allowed us to play some of our bigger guys, which we were worried we weren't going to be able to do tonight.
You dared them to shoot from outside. They have a couple of guys who are not bad from three-point range, but that's not their strength. And sure enough, they shoot, 17% from three-point range. And you kind of almost dared their bigs to shoot threes, and they took a couple of threes and missed them. And then for the second straight Saturday, Coach, your second straight game in the Southland Conference, a narrow halftime lead, balloons in the second half. I thought the defensive intensity was good, especially first 10 minutes of the second half. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, one of the things we talked about to our guys at halftime was we weren't ourselves in the first half. One of the things we've done this year, regardless of who we're playing, is we've put good pressure on the ball, and we've done a really good job of putting pressure in the passing lanes. The first half of the game, we didn't do that very well. And they were passing the ball wherever they wanted to. The ball was being able to be reversed, and when they can reverse the ball, they run that shuffle motion. They're really hard to guard. And so we had to take that away. We challenged our guys at halftime to do that, and I think they did a really good job, especially Jalen Little and Parker Wentz and Harrison Hawkins did a great job of changing the defensive intensity for us in that second half.
Your team shoots less than 40% on Saturday, and yet you win by 17. That has to bode well, I would think, for you, doesn't it?
Well, we started getting the ball inside. We started getting it in the paint, and we told these guys there's going to be nights where you don't shoot the ball well. And one of the things we usually don't worry about is are we going to shoot the ball well? Yeah. But tonight it happened. We told them we were very fortunate. Hey, we hadn't shot the ball very well, and we're still up 3 at half. And so we told them some of those shots are going to fall. And sure enough, for Harrison Hawkins especially. And
Austin Cook as well.
Austin Cook. Those started falling in the second half with our defensive intensity picking up, and that's why the game was able to stretch out a little bit.
Austin had 9 of his 11 points in the second half. He's been shooting great from three-point range the last 6 games. So, Coach, you mentioned it earlier. The schedule gets tougher, starting with Natchitoches, Louisiana on Tuesday night, a game that against Northwestern State that's always hard there at Prather Coliseum. When you were an assistant at Stephen F., you guys had some battle royals against Northwestern State. They win by 2, 103-101 on Saturday against Incarnate Word. That's an awfully tough team, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it changes in a hurry. We're going from playing 2 teams that are more low-scoring teams that control the pace to one of the best offensive teams in the country on Tuesday. And then they go out and they score 103 today. And so and it's a tough place to play. It's a tough trip to make to Natchitoches. So our guys are going to have to really lock in, buy into what we're trying to tell them to do with the scouting report. And we're going to have to do some things. We can't go play a 103, 105-point game. Our guys are good with that, though. We're just got to do a really good job defensively to hold one of the best teams in the country offensively down. All
right. Well, ACU is now 2-0 in the Southland Conference, tied for first place in the loss column. It has a ring to it, doesn't it? ACU wins 71-54 on Saturday over Nicholls. Tuesday night in Natchitoches, Louisiana against Northwestern State. We'll have that broadcast for you here on the ACU Sports Network. For Associate Head Basketball Coach Brette Tanner, I'm Grant Boone for ACUsports.com.